Right. So I'm currently in a career shift of my life. So from being a psychologist and a therapist, that's what I went to school for, to decided completely get into the beauty business. I'm working on building my own business as an esthetician. I already did the school, working on my license right now. So we want to have a business for sure. I mean, in 5 years, I would like to have, 3, 4, 5,
Wow.
many, invest.
So. Listen to that, beauty and brains.
Oh, for sure. We're all about, I feel like one thing about us, and I guess my friends, like our group is like, we're very business oriented. Like, yes, we like to go out. People always see us out.
We like to be independent.
Yeah. But we're definitely very independent, yes.
We work hard and we play really hard.
Work hard, play hard.
I feel like people judge, obviously, by like the cover and all that. But like, if you really get to know us, there's so much depth, and like, we actually care about having depth.
Evelyn?
Me first?
Yes.
Yes.
Please share a fun fact about you.
A fact? Oh
fun
my gosh.
fact.
Fun fact. Fun. For those that don't know, I ride motorcycles and I love it. And I've had her on the back of my motorcycle, and it was like the best feeling ever. Like,
yes,
we were yelling at the top of our lungs, like, we're doing
it was amazing.
in LA.
That sounds
on Melrose.
It's not very normal, or not very, you don't see two women
Yeah.
in a motorcycle.
And she's like
too
all
often.
in like high heels and shit. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I wonder if you're allowed to do that in bikinis.
I still want to do that.
Right.
I want to do that. I want to get like, some content with like at least bikini tops, like jean shorts, bikini tops, gloves, and helmet, obviously. But yeah, that's a
This
fun
summer.
fact. Yeah.
Sometime this summer.
Before it ends. It's already almost,
sure.
It's August.
What about Catalina? What's a fun fact about you?
For people that don't know me, I work with kids as a therapist. I'm a psychologist. That is not a fun fact, but it's still fun for me. I don't know. I like to travel. I love traveling.
Yes.
I love traveling, and I think that's a fun fact. I just travel a lot.
A fun fact is solo travel. I think like
Solo
if
travel.
someone solo travels, that
Yes.
shows so much of your character.
The Bali
like
trip.
holy shit.
Right?
I
Can
feel
cuss
like
on
that's something about me that I will say it's fun, but also it's very challenging at times, But yeah, that could be one.
Yeah, like Bali, you were there for 4 weeks by yourself.
By myself.
But you met a lot of really nice people.
Super cool people. I did a lot of yoga, meditation. I cooked, like cooking classes.
What?
I visited a lot of waterfalls. It's a very rewarding experience. Like, I really like it. People should try.
Would you go back?
Definitely, 100%. Bali was one of the places that I will definitely go back, probably even live there. It's so cheap, and the quality of life and the vibe and the energy of the island is just beautiful. I like it.
Speaking of traveling, you guys just got back from Ibiza.
Yeah.
Yes.
It looked crazy on
It
your
was
stories.
insane.
It was
insane.
amazing.
You
We
know the
always
Hangover
try to do a Europe trip once a year.
once a year, I would say.
Did you
Yes.
like it? Did you like it better than Mykonos?
No. But it's different.
It's just different. I feel like Mykonos I feel like more elegant, and it has just
More mature?
yeah.
different
If I could
vibe.
compare Ibiza, I would compare it to like the Las Vegas of Europe.
Oh, okay.
Because when I got there, I was expecting Mykonos vibes, like fancy, classy, like everything's clean and like nice. And I'm like, what is this? It's like hundreds or thousands of people walking the streets, like in the main area. Like, it gets
Well, also they have like the
crazy.
big clubs. Mykonos doesn't have that. Mykonos
Yeah.
is more like restaurant, beach clubs type of thing. This one has like clubs that are
Like
like people that like
huge.
5,000
Like,
people, and
yes.
Like Ultra Music Festival?
ultra.
Like
It's a
things
lot.
that like here in San Bernardino, over there, it's like normal. Like there's like 5 in the vicinity. It's
Oh.
insane. Like you go in and you're like, I couldn't believe my eyes. Like Ushuaia. I was like, how are these many people here? And it's a day party.
yeah, just like the big clubs scene type of thing.
Yeah.
So
It looked
it's
fun.
cool, but I feel like it's just a lot of the crowd is definitely younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked fun. I was only asking because when did we go to Mykonos, all three of us?
Oh my god.
Last year.
Last year or 2
June.
years?
Last year.
Yeah.
So fun. So
It
fun.
was nice,
They're a
yeah.
lot of fun.
It was
Yes,
nice.
we are.
Yeah, I definitely can't keep up with them. A couple of nights I had to Uber home by myself because they wouldn't stop dancing, and I just didn't have the energy, especially
like,
in
Yeah, we're definitely when we're in a
heels.
party mode, we are in a party mode.
Yeah. Evelyn, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I'm curious.
5 years. Okay, I already have this in my head. Registered nurse.
Yes.
Either a travel nurse, or I've already accomplished some experience as a travel nurse, ER nurse, travel nurse, and then I want to start my own business with IV therapies, maybe work for you as a stem cell, in that regards.
Work
or
together.
I want to do like Botox, all that stuff, but I do want to have some experience under my belt with trauma and all that. So if something were to happen, like I've been in incidents where there's like shootings and I've had to like save their life, and the only reason I knew how was because of my army experience. So like not everything, I don't know everything. I had like very basic training, so that's why I want to know before I go into like the cosmetic thing,
We can't
just
wait.
in case there's like an apocalypse or something.
You're going to be
I'm
such
prepared.
a good nurse. You're
Yeah, I'm
gonna be a good
excited. Yeah,
nurse.
I'm so
Where do
excited.
you see yourself in 5 years?
All right. So I'm currently in a career shift, of my life. So from being a psychologist and a therapist, that's what I went to school for, to decided completely get into the beauty business. So I will see myself definitely. I'm working on actually building my own business, as an esthetician. So I'm working on that. I already did the school, working on my license right now, and I'm building my business right now. So I will want to have a business for sure. And I got into the real estate in Colombia like last year.
Wow.
So I have already my first property. I mean, in 5 years, I would like to have, I don't know, 3, 4, 5,
Wow.
many invest. So a lot of investments around the world, and definitely traveling more and more and more, and see, everything will, I feel, fall into a place, the rest.
Yeah.
Good for you. About that property at school. When is school done for
I'm almost
you?
done with my property. I bought some land in Mexico. I'm gonna build Airbnb. It's right near the water. I'm so excited.
What? Where?
So,
Which city?
It's called Monteon. It's like near Sayulita, like Punta de Mita. Like Rihanna's gone there and all that. It's on the coast, and it's like 20 minutes from Sayulita, which is like a really like touristy area. So like my marketing would be like, you're away from it but close enough, and I'll probably have golf carts and all that. But I'm excited because I'm almost done paying the land, and then I'll start building my condo on there.
Yeah. Like Airbnb or to flip and
Airbnb.
sell?
No. I think I'll do Airbnb so I have like passive income, and then I'll buy something in Ensenada closer to the border so I can come and like see it. Because by the border everything's already kind of built.
Yeah.
So so I want to scale, and then eventually like I'll buy like cheaper properties in these like lower cost countries, and then I'll make my way up to California hopefully one day. Like I want to own like a house over here. So
Listen to that. Beauty and brains.
Oh, for sure. We're all about, I feel like one thing about us, and I guess my friends, like our group, is like we're very business oriented, like, yes, we like to go out. People always see us out, like
We like
out.
to be independent.
Yeah.
But we're definitely very independent, yes.
we
for
work
sure.
hard and we play
Yes.
really hard.
Work hard, play hard. Is that
Yeah.
the Vegas motto? No.
Yeah, I don't know, but I feel like people judge obviously by like the cover and all that, but like if you really get to know us, there's so much depth, and like we actually care about having depth. Like
Yes.
we care about being intelligent more so than
Oh, for sure. I feel like, I mean, people is always going to judge regardless, but
Yeah.
for me, that's not I never care about it because I always been kind of like myself, and I
Yeah,
don't
don't
really
get
care.
the boots and the black clothes. Don't get that, don't get intimidated because they're actually two of the sweetest people I know.
Don't get into it. Why do we look like too wild and bad?
Well, we're talking about Harleys and bikinis, and
That's her.
but they're actually two of the sweetest people that I know.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you,
You
yeah.
too.
Can you share a moment in your life where your mental health was tested?
You go first. So.
I mean, I guess we
Just
both have I think we both have similar answers, I will say.
Just one moment is good enough, I guess.
Relationships, definitely. I feel like my last relationship was, I guess that's when I felt that my mental health was tested the most because of the person that I was with. Completely, like, I felt that I was completely dealing with a narcissist and a gaslighter. And I think obviously that will affect any woman in any direction. And, you know, sometimes when you're in toxic relationships, that brings the worst of you, you know, when somebody's constantly lying and gaslighting you over and over for so many years, obviously you become somebody that you're not.
Yeah.
You just, you know, I feel like when you're always in a survival mode. In a survival mode, when you're in a survival mode, you're always just think differently. You completely doubt about yourself, you know, what are you capable of doing. So I feel like I was in a relationship where my mental health was compromised, and obviously that has effects not only in my mental health but also in my physical health. Like, my hair was falling, my nails, I had depression, anxiety, all the things that I couldn't concentrate at school, at work. Like, it's, you know.
Yeah.
So I had to get out of that relationship in order for me to just go back to being the best version of myself. And it's so crazy how the amount of things that you can accomplish in a year. Like, it's been a year.
Yeah.
Since I got out of that relationship and I bought my first property, finished school,
Traveled more.
travel the world, build really good, inspiring connections around me, have, you know, business proposals. Like, I feel like the energy shift is unbelievable. So I'm very proud of myself because it took a lot of hard work and a lot of tears, but I feel like the peace of mind that I have right now can't compare with anything else.
Priceless.
It's priceless. 100%,
Yeah.
yes.
I remember talking to you during those times, and
You were part of that. You were
Yeah.
part of
yeah,
helping me to overcome that situation, you know, those hard
Yeah.
moments.
she used to tell me that, you know, Eloisa, I'm not usually like this. I'm usually like a carefree, happy person. And lately I'm so paranoid, and this is
Of
not me.
course.
This is not me. And I'm glad to see that you're back to yourself.
Yes, I was, like I said, when you're in a situation where you're always in a survival mode,
Yeah.
it's not you. You're paranoid, you're
Stressed.
Yeah, and then the problem is, like, when you are with a person that is gaslighting you, you don't really know.
What's reality?
You start questioning your sanity.
Yeah.
Kind of like, is that true? Is it like I'm feeling
Or
about
is it
myself, or
me?
is it me? So many times this person will make me be like, you're crazy, you're crazy, you're crazy. And then it's so funny because at the end of the relationship, everything start coming out like, oh yeah, he was actually cheating, he was actually lying, he was actually this, but we didn't tell you this because you know how relationships are.
Yeah.
And it was just shocking. Just I don't know, I just don't want any woman to
Yeah.
go through that, because I feel like me and her, we have been through it. I have seen how the before and after, for example, of her going into a relationship, how she went into a relationship, you know, with like so innocent and like such a good vibe, and come out of a relationship
like a fucking
like
war
a
after
crackhead.
a
She was just
fucking
like
war,
vaping and like paranoia and crazy. So I could see that, and it's just scary. And I feel I don't wish this to anybody.
Yeah.
But also I feel like this is also good lesson for us to learn, because I feel like us as women sometimes we avoid a lot of red flags
Yeah.
just because we want to be with that person, or we think that we can make it work and change that person. But some people, you cannot just change people if they don't want to change.
Yeah.
So yep, that was kind of, I feel like that was
Yeah.
the most recent experience.
And somebody's supposed to bring value to your life and make you happier, not make you crazy and like
Oh yeah,
worried all the time.
For
So
sure.
those are, you know,
yeah. I feel like with this specific situation in my life, I feel like I was already, when I met this person, I was doing so good. I was like,
Oh yeah, she
working.
was shining. Like when
I
I
was in the
described her, I
best-
was like, she's like this and like that, and she does this. And when she entered a room, everyone was like,
yes.
like literally, and then it like dwindled and dwindled and dwindled, and she was like,
I saw a little bit of
paranoid, crazy,
sadness.
like
Yeah.
always,
All the time.
always like negative. And I was like, what are you? Why are
Yeah.
you so jealous? Why are you so this? Why are you thinking this? And
yeah, even my family, I used to go back to Colombia and my family was like, why you always on the phone? Why you always angry? And of course, I was dealing with this person that it was always, like people will call me like he's out with this girl in a bar.
Yeah.
So obviously I'll be all the time like, is he like cheating all the time? Is he? And of course he
Yeah.
was, it just being in a situation where you just have to wonder and question every single thing your partner is doing, because he will lie and I will catch him, and then he will
Yeah.
twist and gaslight me and said that it was just me being paranoid, but of course it was him. you
Yeah.
know. Oh, do you remember that time that me and you were in Hollywood?
We went to a party. We're supposed to have fun.
oh, the red carpet event.
I invited him actually,
Fancy.
right?
Yeah, he didn't come and she had to.
That's interesting.
I was checking the map because he forgot to turn off the location sharing, and I was like, "Oh, where is he at?" And then he was somewhere in downtown somewhere, and
Of
I was
course
calling
he
him.
lied.
Of course, I was calling him like 30 times, and he was like, so finally when he answered, he's like, "You're so crazy. Why you're calling me? I've been sleeping the whole time."
Sure.
And me and her were
You're an
like
hour away
looking
from
at
the
the
house.
location, like, obviously you're not. And just little things like that.
Yeah.
Well, that is already like, it's unfortunate, but I'm better off.
Yeah.
And I'm just happier.
Now you don't have to stress about.
Oh, I know.
All that
He's
stuff.
probably there lying to somebody else,
thing,
and I'm just
same
here
thing.
living my best life.
Yeah. Somebody didn't take your man. They took your problem.
Oh,
have you ever heard that?
Whoever is like, yeah, that was a problem. That was definitely now a person that I want to build. I need a partner. I would like to have a partner. Somebody, I'm not saying that he's a terrible person or anything like that. I just feel that it's not the partner that I would like to have. I don't want anybody to make me doubt so much about him and myself and in general. Like, I want to be with somebody that knows what he wants,
That brings you peace.
that is loyal, in one thing that is honest. I have zero tolerance for lies. I think you too. Like right now, me and her,
Because we're so open. Like, I understand I'm like open-minded with relationships. Like, it doesn't have to be only monogamy. And I'm so open and accepting for myself.
for her.
But it's like, it's unbelievable that you allow like all these different like boundaries and they still can't manage.
No, but for her
like,
situation was
mind-boggling.
crazy because she was in a poly relationship. She gave him everything.
Freedom.
Like you can be with these other girls. You can pretty
We
much.
had our boundaries, but yes, like in regards to like comparing everyone else's relationship, I was very, very like, I'm allowing all this as long as you respect this. Mm-hmm. And he was like, yeah, sure. Never respect it.
No, he just like completely lied to her all the time. And I was like, how somebody can just lie to a woman that is literally letting you be with other women?
Yeah.
And then you still lie?
That's crazy.
That's
sounds-
happened to me twice.
It sounds like an unhappy person.
It's a person that you cannot quench the thirst of the need to be, what's the word? When they need like other people to feel good about themselves. Like you can never quench that thirst.
Yeah.
And until someone deals with them themselves internally, no one, no matter how amazing, what celebrity status or amazing they are, they'll never ever be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Never.
I feel like that has to do a lot with how you are as a person. Like you can have the best woman in the world next to you, but it takes, I don't know what it takes, because it's like it doesn't even take the right woman. It takes a lot of work working awareness from your side to
Yeah.
to understand that you have to change and you have to move differently if you want to be with a woman. I think that this is just part of, I mean, for a long time I felt that it was my job to fix.
No.
And then while I was trying to fix so hard, I was losing myself.
Yeah.
So I feel like it just comes with a person. Like if you
Yeah.
really want to work it out, if you really want something that one thing that it lasts, you have to just
Yeah.
work for it. You know, I believe that there is not just love. Like you have to build that love, you know?
Yeah.
It's not just, it's just there and the perfect love is just there.
I know what you mean. The relationship has to bring out the best part of you, not the worst part of you.
And you have to work hard for it, you know? It's just not going to be instant.
Did that relationship test your mental health? That
100%.
specific one we're
1,000,
talking about?
100,000, million.
I saw her
Infinity
before
percent.
and after. Do you know when you see those memes?
Yeah.
Before
the
before
Barbies
their
all-
relationship, like, you know, when the dog is just like a nice puppy and then it's just like with no hair.
I came back and it was literally like PTSD. I was living, you know, I didn't have a place to live in. I was like jumping from like couch to couch. I didn't have any belongings, savings, nothing. Like started from negative. And not only that, but like my personal self-worth was down the trash. Like just disheveled. Like in
Well, you have to
worst way
completely rebuild
possible.
yourself piece by piece.
From
like
the bottom.
completely.
And I'm alone and I've lost all my friends and my family barely speaks to me. So I'm just like in such a lonely space. And so that's one time in my life. But the other time in my life, which is very similar, was when I was in the military. I was married and there was severe domestic violence to where this man almost killed me. And I was alone in Germany. Worst time of my life. Like,
Wow.
like still deal with stuff, right? So it's like, it's hard.
It doesn't go away.
It's
I feel like
really hard, you know, to get over something and then like trust someone. And this man, this man was like, you need to trust me fully. I need you to submit to me fully. Be my woman.
That sounds
Trust me.
manipulative to
You
even
can
say
trust.
that.
And then so I'm just like, I'm allowing myself to be submissive to this man at every single aspect. And like, again, it happens. So it's like you kind of like wonder like, like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to be like, do good people actually get good karma? Like, it's just hard, you know? So
it's just, I feel like it's just hard when you tell a person your story. Like how bad it, you know, like bad experiences, how someone else broke your heart. And then you tell this person you're completely honest and transparent. And then just go listen and do it all over again and worse.
Yeah.
It's like,
You
that's
would think
like the
they would
worst
try to
feeling
be
ever.
better.
It's such a betrayal, you know, like you feel like they're,
It's like a slap in the face.
yes, because I remember, for example, with this man, I remember the third day, I was like, don't you ever lie to me. Don't you ever lie to me because...
she told me what she told him.
What?
Like, you were like, just be straight up. If you want this to be something casual, we can
I was
do
like
that.
super,
Like,
like I was
if
like,
you-
look, if you want to just, you know, have like friends with benefits,
Tell me now.
and then I will see how I handle it. You know, maybe I might be open, you know. And I was like, but please don't ever lie to me because if you lie to me, I'm going to change. 100% I'm going to change. I'm not going to be the same person. Like, I'm not going to trust you and, you know. And literally, since day one, he will be lying. And of course, I didn't know because the gaslighting part, you know, like, don't be overthinking. You're just so dramatic. You're like, you know. And I was
Yeah.
just like, of course, as a woman, when you're being gaslighted so much, you start believing like, oh, maybe it's me. Maybe there is something wrong with me. Maybe I am paranoid. Maybe
You were
I
just
am over,
asking
you know.
for honesty.
And then it's just sad because I feel like anybody, women, men in general, they shouldn't be in relationships if you're not willing to come off clean and transparent and have a relationship from your heart, you know, like
Yeah.
honest. Like
Yeah.
if you cannot be honest, then just stay single so you don't hurt anybody.
Evelyn, do you have any advice for women on what to do after a breakup? Since we've been through a lot of those.
I think the most happiness I've found after a breakup is that I work on myself and I don't engage with anyone else romantically for a long time until I feel like almost like euphoria with myself. Like I'm so this, I'm so that, damn, I'm killing it here. I'm like I make sure that I'm like 100% on everything in myself, like straight A's, my fitness is great, I look great, my hair is healthy. And then like my vibe with people, like I know how people will receive me. So once I'm in that space, then maybe I can start allowing someone in, because we all need affection. Like I do want to cuddle with someone at night. Like I do miss that, but it's like not until like I feel like I'm so powered in myself that that's what you should focus on.
Yeah.
Because
and secondly, it has to be the right person.
Yeah, because if like someone's dwelling on like, oh my god, I'm crying, I'm looking at pictures. Also, delete all the fucking pictures. Delete all the pictures. Keep the text.
That's
Maybe
what I
keep
do.
the text. Maybe for any like if you need it, receipts. But the pictures, they all need to go. Like
that's
erase,
the first thing I did.
Block. No, do not speak. Do not answer. Do not answer the phone call from the mom. Do not nothing. Like they're gone. Focus on you. Like
I don't know. I feel like for me it was kind of like I tried to move on so hard, and this person wouldn't.
Yeah.
For like a whole year.
Yours wouldn't allow.
For like a whole year, he will be like reaching out to me, reaching out to my friends.
He called you in Mykonos while we were there.
Yes, and then
in Barcelona.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
He was watching all her Evelyn's stories. He saw Evelyn, I think, at the gym when I was in Bali, and came up to her, telling her a bunch of things. Obviously, he knew she was going to tell me. Obviously, so sometimes he will reach out directly through email, because I had him blocked, and of course that will cause a reaction in me. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the last time was like actually 3-4 months ago. I was back in Colombia visiting my family, and yeah, he was emailing me like, I want to work it out, I want to be with you. But he was doing that while actively dating 3-4 girls, and everyone was seeing him around in this area.
Of course.
And I'll be like, what are you doing? So he wouldn't let me. I was trying to move on completely, start, go on with my life, and this person wouldn't just let me go. And I feel like that's definitely the most toxic thing I have ever experienced in my life. Like, okay, sometimes relationships don't work out, right? Okay, doesn't work out. Maybe we fall out of love, whatever it is, go on. And I wish you the best. But the fact that this person was so unhappy with himself that couldn't leave me alone, but also couldn't give me what I deserve, is just so selfish. Mm-hmm. And I felt like I will definitely advise women that if they're going through this, just like, just walk away and just run away as much as you can. Just like try to cut all type of contact.
It's obviously hard for him to let you go because he's at a loss. You're not at a loss because that's not your person.
Yeah, it's very hard when you still hold some type of feelings and this person is playing with you and being selfish and not understanding that. I was willing to maybe work it out if he will go to therapy. I was already in therapy, we'll
work on himself,
work and be honest. Mm-hmm. But no, it was the constant line, like trying to build something while constantly lying and dating multiple people and just being a player. It just doesn't work like that. And,
you think therapy helps, Evelyn?
Yes.
For couples?
Oh, couples? I mean, sometimes. It really just depends on whether the issues are irreparable or not. Because in my divorce, my first marriage, only marriage, we went to marriage counseling. Even after he almost killed me, I was because I believe in marriage so much. Mm. And I believe in giving people the opportunity to get better. And he was willing to go to marriage counseling. And we had the opportunity to do it with the military offering it. So, but it was just not, he put his hands on me again. And after seeing my mother go through it as a kid, I told myself I'll never allow a man to put his hands on me. And I did it, twice and never again. I was like, absolutely not. Like, we did marriage counseling for like a good, I would say like 6-7 months.
And after that, you just
And he
You're
put
like,
his hands
"We're
on me
done?"
again. And like, if someone puts their hands on you as a woman, you need to flee. It's a matter of safety. As a man can kill you in like 12 seconds. Strangulation.
True.
Yeah.
And he did that.
Even
He was on top of
accidentally.
me, holding my throat, and I protected him when I was reporting him, and I omitted that from the report because I asked the lady. I was like, so what would if there's something I say, what would put him in jail or what would get him in trouble? And she's like, well, if he did this and this, and I was like, I was so scared to hurt still, or to like for my safety to like get him kicked out of the military, and now he knows where I live, he knows all this stuff. So it's like, just go. Like, if a woman is in this situation, there's so many resources. Like in America, we have so many resources.
Yeah.
And if not, find a way to disappear. Like, you need to just get out of that immediately. Like,
True. Yeah.
Was he a big guy?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I feel like therapy works as long as both are willing to do the work.
And they believe in.
And they believe in, like, yeah, this is gonna work. I really want it so bad. Because in my experience, I always suggested therapy. And he was like,
He didn't want to do it?
No, he was like, I'll go. But I was like, okay, you gotta make the appointments. We need to get on a schedule. We need to do this. And he will make the effort. It's not like, oh yeah, I just want to go. Well, I want to go to the gym, but I'm gonna get to
Actually
the gym and
go.
actually work out consistently. Well, that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the thing. Like, I didn't feel like he really was aware that he actually needed to make some changes and really take this serious. And I don't want to be with somebody that is not willing to try 100%,
Yeah.
like, with honesty.
I
So
know.
it helps if you're willing to put in the work.
Yeah.
I think
not
if
just showing up.
if a relationship's on the rocks or unstable, I think, after trying all this stuff, the last resort probably, it shouldn't be the last resort. Everyone should go through marriage counseling or relationship counseling. I've read this in a book. People usually wait till the absolute last time, and you should never do that. You should go, when it's kind of like you guys are good, it's been a long time, and before it gets to rock bottom, because in marriage counseling, you know how to communicate to each other. You know how to address an issue. You know when to address an issue. You know when your partner wants you to address an issue. So you learn all these tools in order not to get to rock bottom. But a family member of mine, they were going through it and they're pushing for divorce. And all our family was like, please stay together. I'm like, you need to go to marriage counseling first. If you've tried that and exhausted that, we will accept the divorce. But like, as a family too, you have to like support this marriage, because it takes a village to have marriage work. Like, it takes everyone, like the community.
It's like, I feel like what you're saying is very important also, because it's like who you surround yourself with. What's your support system? For example, from my experience, all his friends were like
single bachelors.
They will be like, why are you crying over her, where you
all
can
the
just be
time.
with like another 20 women, like 20 women? Or why are you know what I'm saying? Like, so instead of these other men supporting and kind of giving him good advice, it will be like, let's just go meet up with this girl. Let's meet up with this girl. Look, there is like plenty of fish in the sea. You understand? While I was doing, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to go by myself. I need to detox. I need to heal. Went on a trip with my girlfriend. Like, like the zero dating. He was already dating. Well, he was dating with me. He was dating somebody from work, actually, the person that he cheated with. But he haven't stopped dating at all, like fully dating, like all the time. Because he can't be alone. In my case, I try to go a couple of times on dates, right? I even mentioned it to you guys, but I was like,
But it takes you a long time to get over someone.
She came back for one day, right? And she was like, he told me I was aggressive. That she was a little too aggressive, or like your vibe was a little too hard.
Yeah,
and I was like, you're obviously not right. You have so much anger in you that you're projecting that onto this whole new person. And
exactly, I was projecting that, so I was aware of that.
Yeah.
And I talked to myself and I was like, okay, you're definitely not in a place where you can just be dating. So what did I do? Focus on making more money, buying properties, studying, traveling, and then you know what, this is being kind of like my healing. And then I feel like this is actually better because I know along the way, while I'm doing my thing, somebody will come, and I'm not desperate to look for it. It just, I know it's gonna be, it will come. But I feel like this is the healthiest way and the best way to move on after a relationship.
Yeah. And you can sleep good at night.
I
not
don't have
afraid of what's going on behind your back.
I will feel terrible if I'm dating somebody while I'm still missing another person. Like, I don't know how he did it. I don't know why how he was willing to be with so many women and keep up with like these romantic situationships while he's still messaging me and I love you and I miss you type of thing, but it's still lying to other women. Like, that's for me, it's just very sad.
Some men like attention too much.
100%.
Obviously.
Yeah. So that's, yeah. But therapy is definitely something really good. I feel like everybody should try.
I'm all about therapy. Tell me, what do you guys think sucks about dating life in 2024?
What doesn't suck?
Because we heard that being single is fun, but what sucks about dating?
Honestly, to be honest with you, I feel like Evelyn and I, we are more into a relationship than actually being single. I feel like personally me, I like to be in a relationship because I like to be more, I like to have my person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But while you're dating, you do have to date to find that one person.
I don't know, LA, Los Angeles is a very
terrible.
interesting place to be when it comes to dating. I'm born and raised in Colombia. So my whole life I've been in Colombia, right? And I moved here like 8 years ago, right? So what I personally see comparing to different cultures, we have traveled a lot, so we can talk about how different it is in different countries. LA, there is a lot of game. Like, I feel like people, well, I'm talking with my experience with guys. She can talk about more women and guys, but for me, more about women, guys. So what I see a lot is a lot of lies, lack of effort. Is a lot of people here make plans and then they don't follow through. So for example, yeah, for sure, I'm gonna see you there, and then the day comes and they just
Flaky.
they're always also looking for the best, like for the next best. So for example, you can be with a woman, I have seen it with my friends, you can be with a girl on a date and the guy literally is still looking around and see.
Oh my God, this happens all the time. We're walking on the sidewalk and the guy's holding the hand and he's like, and we're like, wow, you're fucking
So
rude.
people doesn't have respect.
Whoa.
People treat each other, some people, I'm not gonna say everyone obviously, but I see a lot of people treat each other very disposable, kind of like
Transactional, temporary.
I feel like it's more
disposable.
disposable. Meaning, like, for example,
you're
we're
not
dating.
great, I'm gonna Tinder or the club tonight, or it's so
Let's
easy.
say
like,
we were kind of seeing each other, right? And then let's say, I don't know, something, whatever
didn't
didn't
like
work
something.
out, or I didn't like you. Okay, that is just like a deal breaker, and then that's it. And I was like, well, nobody's perfect. Obviously, every person is gonna have something that you might have to work on, or you might not gonna lie 100%. But okay, it's okay. We're all humans.
Yeah.
But here it's just like, okay, I didn't like that. The next, and the next, and then you see 50, 60-year-old dudes
Still
looking for the perfect. I'm like,
Yeah.
come on. Like, you have to try. You have to.
So weird.
Like, love is something, the perfect person, the perfect relationship doesn't exist. You have to build it. You have to work every day to build that perfect relationship. You have to be aware of what you have. You have to be, and then just build it. But I don't know, from my experience, and I guess our experience, it's just, I don't even go on dates personally right now. Like, yes, here and there I have an invite, and I'm very careful with my energy and my time. So who I go out with. So if it's somebody that it could be at least teach me something I can learn from, it can give me a good experience, then I will go. But just for me, just to go just because you want to have like one night of fun, I'm not for that.
Yeah.
I'm too busy.
Yeah. How about you, Evelyn?
I think the main issue with dating in this 2024, I think for the majority of cities and stuff, is like the lack of like, in men, the lack of desire to want a family and a stable like family unit and a wife. Like I think the whole like, I think what's success now in what's like promoted is when guys have a bunch of girls, a lot of flashy clothes, a lot of money. When in like more traditional senses, you know, you'd have like what was like success back in the 50s. You had your house, your white picket fence, your wife, you take care of your children, you provide. And that's when like, you know, relationships were a lot more successful, was when like men, the definition of a man is being able to provide for a family. And then now also the problem with women is they're so easy to access. So it's like before, men had to work. Men had to show like, I can provide this, I'm stable, look at me, like I'm not crazy gambler, I'm not like, you know. And now women are so like easy to access as far as like sexually.
Yeah.
That like men don't have to work for
like who needs prostitutes anymore when
no,
you can get it for
free?
They
don't even have to pay for anything.
Just
like,
take a girl out to dinner and
it's
that's
so
it.
easy.
It's like
easy.
it's on both sides of the spectrum. Like the women are at fault and the men are too. And the media is like also like the IG, everything like girls in thongs. Like you don't even have to go on porn sites anymore to see nipples. Like, you know, so there's so many aspects that have ruined it for like longevity and like success, you know. And it's hard to like, when someone says, oh, I've been in a relationship for 15, I fucking congratulate them. And I'm like, you are the 1%, you know, like, and it just sucks because like a lot of women, they do want a life partner.
Yeah. It's just sad because I feel like in the environment that me and her work, we work sometimes like night events and stuff like that, is unfortunately most of the guys that hit on us are the married ones. The guys that are married, the guys that have a wife, the guys that have a girlfriend, and it's just sad. It's just sad
so
because
depressing.
It's depressing.
Like,
it's like I don't even want to be out.
Like marriage
dating.
isn't like a sacred bond anymore. It's just like, oh, I got a ring, whatever. Don't.
Yeah.
Like I literally had someone try to get at me with his ring on his.
Mine too, remember?
Yeah,
we went to
and his friend.
And his friend. Yeah, his friend
Both
didn't
married,
even hide
rings on
the
finger,
ring.
And still trying to like acting like they were
me and her
single.
were
and they're
like,
assuming like
we were
everything's
like,
okay.
wait, and I thought it was just a ring on the
trying to
on the
hold
hand.
my hand, and all I could look was his ring.
And then I was like, wait, what is this? Are you married? He's like, well, you didn't ask.
I'm like,
what? Like I have to ask if you're married before I even speak to you. Oh, it was just like,
it's sad. It's really sad.
Wow.
I don't know, man. It's just hard. It's really hard, and it's depressing. It's disappointing.
Yeah.
I think, but at the end of the day, I think it really depends on men and their honor.
It depends of the person, because I also have seen guys, for example, that I can tell they're taken by the way they carry themselves. They're so respectful.
And that's so I respect that.
I remember one time I was with a friend, and my friend was like, oh, I think it was a guy in front of us, and she was like, oh, he's hot or something. She said something to him, and he turned around and said, my wife thinks exactly the same. And we're like, oh. Like he's so,
So
like
we can respect that.
Oh, 100%. Like I can see when a guy is married or when he's taken, you know, by the way, I mean, meaning like he's in a healthy relationship where he loves his wife and respect his woman, because the way they carry themselves, they don't seem available, they don't put themselves as unavailable, they don't put in situations that are
they're not flirty,
tentative, they're not out and about with the boys, with the single boys all the time, you know. Like you have to, in order for things to work, you have to set your boundaries and, you know, make changes. You cannot have, you know, the bachelor life and the married life, or like, you know, like it just doesn't work.
Yeah, that guy looks way better than the other guy with the ring on hitting on girls. Mm-hmm. It's almost like you look at the second guy like, ew.
And it's always
disgusting.
an excuse. It's always
like,
an excuse, right? Oh,
yeah,
but
like, even if you left your wife for me, I would never, ever, because you are willing to do that.
But it's so funny because
you're the problem.
Wrong.
Do you remember, like, it's so funny because those guys are usually like, yeah, she's just fight
they
so
always
much.
talk
It's
so
always
much
like
shit on the wives.
they always talk so much about like so bad about the girlfriend or the wife, and I'm over here. Well, if that's too bad, why you cheating on her? Why don't you just break?
Yeah.
Just leave her. But you don't have to. They just. I will never gonna understand that part where you have to you choose to lie and cheat instead of just walking away from the relationship.
Yeah. I'll never get it.
Yeah.
Never.
I just think the main problem on both sides, I think it's the instant gratification. People want
And wanting attention from
attention.
multiple.
Yeah.
A lot of insecure people too. You can be very
Maybe it's an
insecure.
insecurity. Like, it's hard to make
100%.
a guy
I feel like
happy.
100% is insecurity. Or, from my experience, I feel that it was years of toxic patterns. Meaning, like,
Like it's an addictive behavior.
His group of friends are like
That's their
not the best
thing.
examples.
Yeah.
His family members are not the best examples. What he surrounds with himself with is like constantly people,
But here's the
like,
weird thing.
huh?
Here's the weird thing. In my case, everyone surrounding him has a stable marriage. Long, like 10 plus years marriages. Families, kids, houses. So it's just like really like even maybe that's more, but like
It's more about the person. In your
I think
case.
it really depends like on the inside, on them.
The individual.
But it does help.
You're talking about work related.
No.
Oh.
No. I'm talking about their circle.
Oh.
They're married. Like, and he's the only one that's like, 40, pushing 50.
And still playing
bachelor,
games.
stuff
Yeah.
like that. But like, I do think it helps to have like married men, families, like friends, because my own sister was like, oh, my husband like changed when we started hanging out with more dads. And then the dads talked to this, like my brother-in-law were like, we love your family, like we're so happy we're finding more families like us, like that have our values and morals. And so it kind of made him think about, I should probably stay and stick with this because this is really what life's about, and not the IG model that's like calling or texting.
But I feel that comes again what you said from the person, because I try to put this person with I have a group of girlfriends. They're all married and they all travel with their husband. It's like a fun group. You met them in Mexico, and I try to connect him with these type of people and kind of like maybe we need to change the environment. You need to hang out more with couples that are fun, because I feel like he had a perception of marriage as something negative,
Boring.
and
like
boring,
once you get married, life's over.
and life is over. And I see my friends that are married and they have like amazing life, like traveling the world. They just like they go to Tomorrowland and then these, and they travel the world, and it's just fun, and they have kids and they're married. So I feel it's a personal choice, and I try to put this person to engage with other couples and to see that it's possible, but he still didn't want it to leave his like his friends, like single life friends that it's just sad. But I feel like it's just a personal choice.
I know. You want to play fill in the blank?
Okay.
Too bad we are.
Too bad.
Okay, so Evelyn, my celebrity crush is
Boy or girl? Choose
Both.
one.
For her,
both.
For me, Megan Fox,
Yes,
since like I was like a teenager,
she's hot.
and Tom Hardy. Oh my God, Tom Hardy, if you're out there.
Everybody's on board with that. Catalina, never have I ever. Is there anything?
yeah, that's what I'm trying.
You're like, wait.
Be romantically with a woman.
Okay, that's interesting. The best city I visited was Evelyn.
For like temporary travel, Mykonos.
Greece, yeah,
Mykonos.
yeah.
Me too.
We had the best
Me
time.
too. We had the best time there.
And it was just us three.
yeah,
Like, you don't need much there.
yeah. You literally need a lot of Red Bulls to keep.
We
keep
were
up
there
with
for
these
like
girls.
a month, right?
Yeah,
Almost
We
a
didn't
month.
work-
Mykonos,
home.
2 weeks or a week.
for like 2 weeks.
We didn't want to come
We
home.
just keep extending.
We extended
Yeah.
our stay because we're like, no, let's not do this island. Let's just stay here.
Okay, Evelyn, who in your life are you most grateful for? One person and why?
Cat.
Tell us why.
Besides my mother, obviously, but cat.
I thought you were going to say your mom.
Well, mom is always like,
Mom is it's a staple in everyone's life.
Yeah.
Even my mom. Like my mom, initially, we did not have a healthy relationship. I wanted to get out of the house as soon as I was like 15. I wanted nothing to do with my family. Went off to the military, came back, and this woman completely changed. And if she hadn't changed, I would not have this relationship with her.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be who I am. All the like violence and all that, it made me strong. So I do thank her for that.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a lot of work that had to be done on my part and hers. But besides my mother, I would say Kat, like for sure.
Why?
Like, why? Well, I always tell people that I care when they see our bond. It's like, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be this version of myself, which I feel like is the best version of myself. Like if it wasn't for her, I mean, she was like, oh, look at your, she would literally push my face in the mirror and be like, look at yourself, you're gorgeous, you're beautiful, you're this and you're that.
she was very, I felt like she had a lot of low self-esteem when I met her. And I was like, you're so gorgeous, like, you know. And then she will kind of be how you said, you're self-aware of like showing her body and this and that, and I'm like, come on, you're so beautiful, you just have to.
You're so hot.
Yes.
It wasn't only that though, like it
was a lot of things,
I was
yeah.
so antisocial. I was like a hermit. Like I was with my ex at that time,
And I'm a social butterfly.
and she's like, let's go talk here, we need to meet people. And you know, like I even like remember manifesting this. I asked the universe, I was like, give me a friend that makes me like come out of my shell and that like just loves to travel and wants to meet people. And like she came along and I was like, oh my god, it
There she
happened.
is.
And we've been friends for what, 5, 6
Or
more years? I don't even know
I
at
feel
this
like
point.
7 years probably.
7 years. And it's like hardcore. Like when we're together, it's like euphoria, like endorphins, and like we're always like dancing. It doesn't matter.
We have just a different vibe. Like,
Yeah.
it's no,
So like
it's just different.
I'm so thankful for her, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have traveled where I've been. I wouldn't see myself the way I see myself. She taught me boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Like she really taught me boundaries. She taught me self-worth. She taught me don't accept certain things, like to have like standards.
I feel like that's very important. I feel like in a friendship, before you love somebody, and that applies not only for friendships, relationships and everything like that, we talk about it, admiration. You need to admire your friends
I
and
need
your
to
partner.
be inspired by my friends.
Right. So if you're my friend or you're my friend, it's because I admire you guys, like for what you do, for what you accomplish. I don't know, her, I admire her a lot because she's a baddie, like being in the military, and so, you know, she had to go through so many things, and she's always on it. Like me and her, she's so disciplined, and she has a word which I appreciate that about people. Like people here usually are very flaky. She's always like, me and her, we're always like communicating. We're big on communication. I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of admiration for my friends. So I feel like that's, and especially
Yeah.
for you too, you know.
I think
Boss babe.
Catalina
Luisa, boss babe.
Catalina
Oh,
brings
yes.
out the best in you, and it's good. How about you? Who's the one grateful person in your life, and why?
I feel like Evelyn and my friends in general. You, for example, like my group of friends. Diana, Abby, like Juliana, all my circle of friends, because I feel like not being able to have a family here, for example, all my family is back in Colombia, most of my family. I grew up in another country. So meaning like, for example, at least you guys have like, I don't know, college friends and, you know, neighbors and people, you know, like you build relationships since you're like teenager. For me, coming here when I was like 26 years old, I didn't know any English. I didn't know I have to start all over again, you know, like my career and just like everything, you know. So it's just start a new life, you know, and just being able to count on people that I can trust 100%, you know, is just very important. Like you guys been in my life in the good times and in the bad times. So I feel like that is my family. Like if I ever had a problem, I know I can count on you guys and you guys are gonna be there for me and, you know, vice versa. So I'm grateful for the best friends that I have because it's my little family.
We do have really good friends, I think. We kind of all relate. We have relatable issues, relationships, problems. And then I look at all of us and see that we're strong women because of it.
Super strong.
We've been through a lot, but we pick ourselves up. And then just focus. When we focus on ourselves, I think that's when we excel.
Yes, we are.
Like we just had our friend Diana call us bawling on the phone. And we're like, Diana, get it together.
Oh yeah,
Do
we're
this.
very like one thing that I appreciate, for example, and I think I wouldn't expect anything less is like having friends that are
We're
brutal,
real. We're like
brutally
tough
honest.
love. Like we'll tell you,
True.
you know,
Yes.
like we'll tell you, like, okay, here's two options. You either do this or you do this.
I won't
You
be the
choose it.
person.
Like,
I won't be the person that I'm gonna tell you what you wanna hear.
You don't want
Like
to
if
sugarcoat.
you want
No.
if you want an opinion, I'm gonna give you my most honest opinion. Oh, is this dress look good on me? If I know it doesn't look good, I'm gonna be like, no, you look so bad. No, I mean that's what I expect from my friends too. I mean,
Yes.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yes.
You know, so I feel like that is something that a lot of people don't get, and is you know.
yeah, you gotta be strong to hang with us.
Oh yeah, we're not for the weak.
You gotta be. That's what makes it beautiful. Like, yeah, like Eloisa, we all support each other. You know what I'm saying? Like when we're down and when we're up,
Yeah.
we celebrate.
Oh yeah, big.
I can't wait for you to find your right partner, and I can't wait to go to your wedding. I can't wait for your
Maybe it's gonna be over too.
your
Me and
kids.
her getting married.
Yeah, honestly.
It'll happen. It'll happen.
No, it's gonna
And
be
you know
amazing.
what? I've come to a point in my life. If it doesn't happen, that's okay. Like I'm gonna be fine.
As long as you're happy.
Yeah, as long as
Yeah.
I'm happy and I have like really strong like friendships or anything, like that's real. I think I used to dwell so much on like I need a love, I need to be in love, I need to be loved by someone, and you know the hopeless romantic. And now I'm like, you know what? Happiness, with however shape form it'll be, that's what I need, and that's
Yeah.
fine. If I'm
I
gonna
know.
be the aunt, the single aunt until I'm 80 years old, that's gonna have to be me.
That's okay.
But I'm gonna inspire my family to be happy.
Yeah.
Which
But I
I-
feel like
yeah.
regardless of what relationship we're in or not in, I think that we're all gonna stay close.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
We're
No,
always
for
a
sure,
phone
for
call away, you know. I'm just curious, where should our next girls trip be? Because we already did Greece. You've already done Ibiza. What do you guys think about what's next? Dubai,
I was
Singapore,
I was thinking Thailand.
I love Thailand.
You know what? I also
Japan.
thought about
Japan, too.
Japan too. Japan is on the bucket list for sure. Also, South Africa.
Yeah,
I hear really good things about Cape Town, or just
too.
Africa, like the safaris and stuff.
I hear good things about Cape Town also.
I don't know. We're just gonna travel everywhere. regardless.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably.
Let's plan next
Asia.
year. And
Where?
then Asia.
Oh, Asia. Yeah, I haven't touched Asia at all. Like
Vietnam, I hear this
yes,
amazing.
or even Philippines.
Yeah, Philippines is pretty.
But I think Thailand is like my top. Japan too, but Japan's a little bit more planning and saving. But
Yeah.
Thailand is like let's go all out.
I hear the yen value went down and the dollar is up.
The dollar's actually up for Mexico
Yeah.
too. I went and I was like, I'm paying more for my land. Like I need to go. Pay
I
more.
know.
You also gotta keep.
I'm always
that in
checking
mind,
dollars
Yeah.
because we use different currencies. So we're always sending money or like, no, it's not a good time to send here.
Oh, really? Did you have to buy your land in?
It's in pesos. Yeah.
Yeah,
And you-
same.
So it shifts. You know, sometimes I'm getting 16 pesos per dollar. Right now it's 19.3 pesos per dollar, which is like insane. So I definitely went and paid more this time.
I think you didn't tell us about your celebrity crush.
Oh, my celebrity card. Oh. I mean, Chris Evans is really hot.
Chris Evans.
Who's this? Chris Evans.
Is he the
What movie
Avenger
was-
guy?
Yes.
Which one? Chris Evans. Oh wait, the one that's Captain America.
Yes.
Yes.
Who else? I don't know. Colin Farrell. He's probably been one of my favorites.
Yeah, I used to have a crush on him too.
He's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't have that many.
Crushes. Yeah.
Not really. I mean, there's guys that are hot, but I'm kind of like
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper. I always like him. I think he was hot.
Evelyn, you have to tell us about your craziest date experience.
Another one.
No, the craziest. It doesn't matter.
Wait. Wait. What did I say last? I don't remember. I don't want
think
to
you
say the
have-
same thing.
Crazy.
Like good and crazy good or crazy bad?
Crazy bad.
Oh. Oh Lord. Should I recount this story?
I'm so sorry.
The story where, oh my God, the COVID story where I had to go pee.
Yes.
Okay, long story short, it's really long, but I'm gonna try to condense it. I went out with this guy who I think saw my IG, and on my IG I had like this dominatrix post for Halloween. And I was wearing dominatrix like outfit
On the date.
No, he had seen that, and I think he took that literally. So we were out, and this was like COVID, like just starting. So everyone was freaking out. Everyone was not allowing anyone to use bathrooms, stuff like that. So we're out, he picked me up, and we're driving, and we go to eat somewhere. I don't even remember where we ate, but everything was closed at like 8 p.m. I'm driving around, and I really have to use the bathroom. I'm like, I have to go. And he's like, okay, we're gonna stop by a gas station. Every gas station is like, no, not allowed. CVS, no. And I'm just like, oh my God, I need to go to the bathroom so bad. And he's like, you can just go in my hands. And I was like, what are you talking? And I'm over here like, I'm like really far from home. This guy picked me up. He's telling me to pee in his hands in public. And I'm just like, what did I do? What did I get myself into? Like,
Who is this guy?
So, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh my God, like, no, are you crazy? And anyways, so I'm like holding it in, I think. And then next thing you know, I tell him to take me home. I was like, we have to go home. We're far. We're like 40 minutes away. So we're driving. This was like in like October time when there's a lot of fog. So we're driving, and there's a complete stop on the freeway, like absolutely complete stop. And I'm just like, oh my God, I gotta go so bad. And like we're kind of like 2 cars away from like where the flares are that the police. And I get out the car. He's like, maybe you should go ask the cop if you can like go
On the side.
And so I get out the car and I go to the cop and get back in your vehicle. And I was like, I'm sorry, but I really have to use it. Get back in your vehicle right now. And I'm just like, what the? And I started like kind of talking back to the cop. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I need to use the restroom. Get back in your vehicle right now. Like super, super crazy. So I run back to the vehicle and I'm in the car and I'm like, I need to go so bad. And he's like, just open the door and pee on the side. And I'm like, there's like 50 cars with their headlights showing at me. I'm not gonna do that. Like, and I'm like, oh my God. Next thing, and then so like after it took like 30-40 minutes to get out of there, and I was like holding it in, and then we go, and then he like jumps a curb to get out of the freeway, and then gets back on the freeway, and there's another stop, completely different reason.
What a nightmare.
Oh my God. And then that was like terrible.
Did you finally go to the bathroom?
I barely made it home. I was like, I made it home.
That's terrible.
But it was just like so weird, and I was like, it's just really weird how people perceive you off of your IG. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's weird. Like, you're really going through fetishes right now on our first date.
Yeah.
And you're making me feel
Too
uncomfortable.
soon.
And it was
Too soon,
weird.
buddy.
But you know the reason, which I totally understand why that cop was crazy? There was apparently, like, 2 cars that, like, were racing in the fog, and they crashed in each other, and there was body parts everywhere, and it smelled so, I remember it smelled so bad, and I was like, what is that smell, like this burning smell? It was burning flesh.
Oh.
And there was like, they were trying to find all the body parts.
Oh my
basically.
gosh, that's why he was yelling at you.
Yeah, but
Wow.
still, like, come on, let me go pee. Like,
So creepy.
but it was so weird. It was such a bad night, and you know, things like that, I kind of am like, okay, universe, you're telling me something. This is probably not the guy. You gave me all these signs. So, and it wasn't like, I kind of still gave this a chance. And
went
I
on
was
a second
so
date?
stupid. And yeah, listen to the universe. Listen to the signs, because they're very loud.
The signs in the beginning are yeah. I really appreciate both of you guys for being here today and joining, and I can't wait to see your journey